people, welcome back to my channel. Nefateri here. If it's your first time, welcome to the channel. Thank you for passing. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. So I'm here because this morning I done a workshop, and the participants, I was teaching them how to create their own inspirational Sankofa and Ubuntu inspirational cards. So I would just like to share that video with you, and hope you enjoy what you see. Take care, have a good day, bye. Okay, so to start with, we're going to cut your card. So you're probably starting with like some A4 card like this, or A4 sheet of paper, but card is much better because we're working on cards. So what I done was I measured and cut the card 5 inches in lengthwise, so the length, and then 3.5 inches across. Now you can choose any size card, size that you want to cut it into, and then you just use your scissors and cut the A4 card into the card size of your choice. When it comes to doing the background on your card, you can choose any kind of medium you want. In this example, I'm going to use watercolor paints, but you could also use things such as markers, crayons, oil pastels, or whatever. And this section, this gives you the opportunity to use complete creative freedom as you like. So I'm just going to take my paintbrush and dip it into some water and just dab it, and then any colors of your choice, and just freely do anything really, because this is just to create a background. So for example, I'll just put some yellow here, and you don't have to be an artist to create these cards. This is just something that you can do for fun. All you need to have is just a spirit of wanting to create for yourself, basically. So yeah, so it's just a case of putting on the colours you like. Now I found that when you're using watercolour paints, it probably is best to use a card that is a watercolour card. Otherwise you'll find that the paint tends to soak into the card and causes it to sort of curl. But the reason we're doing this at the beginning anyway is just so that we can give it time to dry as well. I'm going to go for a bit more yellow. Okay. And like I said, you just play around, you do anything. There's no right or wrong way when it comes to creating these cards. Oh, I like that. So you're either doing it along with me, or if not, just watch the technique, and it's something that you can do once the workshop is over. You can just continue to work on your own cards. Okay, I'm going to leave a little white in the center, but basically that's what we do. And then once you've done that, we're just going to set that aside to dry. As you can see slightly, it's starting to create a little sort of bend and curl, but once it dries, we can kind of straighten that out and flex it out. But that's basically what you're going to do to create the background for your card. I'm also just going to quickly show you what you can do if you're using markers. So you can just kind of do the same thing. You might have crayons, colour pencils, or what have you, but it's the same kind of thing where you just do a little bit of background colouring. Let's get a little bit of pink in there. Feel free that if you want to also add some designs, you can do. So for example, I might want to put a sort of a little Sankofa love heart shape there, colour that in. Well, that wasn't perfect. Now sometimes it doesn't come out how you want it, but hey. But what I find is nicer to do is that once you've done it, once we put our words on, the background is kind of just a nice setting. Okay, here we go. And I'm just doing this very sort of quick, so just to give you an idea. So that's one, and what you'll find, then it won't curl if you're using colours like that. And lastly, I will show you one other technique using oil pastels. But what I found with the oil pastels is that it's a little bit difficult to write on top of them once you've finished your design. I'll give you an example of that. So it would be just trying to find the best medium to write on top. I haven't found that yet, but I'm sure there's a way. So yeah, so we're just kind of blending that in. I've got a little bit of white here. just bring that down into it. I'll probably use a little bit of yellow here. And a little bit more white just so you can blend that in as well. Hope you can see, there you go. Now I'm using my fingers, other people might use a blender, but it's just a quick thing. So there you have it. We have 3 different ways using watercolours, oil pastels and some general markers to create some background. So next, using a pen, and then I'll do a marker after, I'm going to show you how easy it is to, how fairly easy it is to reproduce the Sankofa bird, and especially if you're a beginner to drawing, it's something that's quite easy. So to start with, all I decided to do to make it easy was just to draw like a semicircle, just like that. That's going to give us the belly of the bird here, your semicircle. Then about coming a quarter of a way in from the left, we're going to do another slight semicircle to join up with the point that we have here. Can see, and that's given us this part of the body. So far it's not too bad, so good. Now in terms of getting the neck and the head right, what I found was the easiest way to do it was to create the egg first, and that's the egg that we have here, and then create a V shape above the egg, which gives us the opening of the mouth. On the top part of the V, if we start to do a curve, that gives us the part of the head here, the top part of the head, and then what we do, we just connect that space to this point here using another curve, and that gives us the top part of the head. Now we can always fix this after. In terms of doing this part, I decided first if we just bring this part in just to form like a part of the mouth, then that allows us to get a shape now to join this part over here, and we join. And there you have it. We've got the shape, which when you first look at it, you think, oh my gosh, this is quite hard. But that's how you do it. And then the towel, you can go as elaborate as you like. So you can see here, I've got some swirls, which is the one I'm going to demonstrate. But you can do all types of towels, depending on your choice. So here, all I done was take the pen and create a few swirls coming out from the area of the towel. And then once we've got the basic shape, then you can use a pen to go over it, over everything, to make it sort of a bit darker, or use a thicker pen. But that's the way we create the results. The legs are quite straightforward. We've just got 2 little legs coming out at the point here, and there you have it. And then the rest is up to you in terms of designs. You can do anything that you want. So again, just on the theme of twirls, I'm just going to add some more twirls here. Yeah. Let's give a little eye, and there you have your Sankofa bird. So I'm going to give you some time now, maybe about 5 minutes, just to practice drawing your birds. Quickly do another one. So we start with a half a semicircle. We go a quarter of a way in, we do another semicircle to join the end here, which forms the tail. To help us with the neck, we start by doing the egg, which I've given a little bit of a space from the bottom part of the body. We then create a V shape, which is the open mouth, and we start to form the head. We join this point to give you the back of the neck. We formulate the mouth of the bird, and then we join the 2 lines together here, and there you have it. We create our eye. The tail, as we said, can be anything you like, any design you like, and then we add our legs. Okay? And then obviously we're going to create whatever design we want to on our body. Okay, so that's in terms of the Sankofa bird. So if you like to go away, well, not go away literally, but take a little bit of time out now just to work by yourself to see how you get on with creating your Sankofa bird, and then we'll come back together again. Okay, so now that we're back from drawing the Sankofa bird, the next symbol that I'd like to work on with you is one that's representative of Ubuntu. So it's this symbol here. Now it looks quite complicated, but it's fairly simple to do. So we're going to start by doing what's like a sort of a scientific conical flask. So where we have like the neck of the flask, followed by the base of the flask. Yeah, so that gives us this shape here. the first part of it. Second part, what I found was the easiest way to do was to come halfway in the center of the first circle, again create our flask, and then work upwards, do a circle going up. So we've kind of got the flask in the opposite direction, except we're not crossing here. So let me show you that again. So we're going to do the neck of a flask with the circle base of a flask, a neck of another flask, and we're going to draw up this time. So that's kind of, it's fairly straightforward. It seems a bit tricky when you do it at first. So I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to give you a few moments to try to create your one yourself as well. Second part of the flask, and then we just circle up, and then that gives us our reflective symbol of Ubuntu. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few moments to work on that. So let's give you about 5 minutes or so to practice doing your Ubuntu symbol, and then we'll come back together again and I'll show you how we're going to put our Sankofa bird and our Ubuntu symbol onto our card that we created earlier. So we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now that our watercolor has dried, obviously you'll probably find when you're doing it yourself, you might give it a bit more time, but because we're limited with time here, that's not going to work. So now that we've had practice doing our Sankofa bird, we're going to complete one on our background card. So like I said here, just quick and easy, we're going to do the half a semicircle, followed by the 3/4 circle, semicircle. We do our egg, we do our mouth, we do the head, and we join that up. Then we create the lip and we join the neck. Okay, great. The tail, we decide how elaborate we want that to go. We draw that in, we do our legs. And I think so this is the Sankofa aspect of our theme today. And incorporating the Ubuntu, we're going to write at the top here, I am because we are. And perhaps what I might do is a few Ubuntu representative symbols down here. So I'm going to do my flask here, and the same thing we do here. So we're just going to add a few, I think. Let's do another one here. Or maybe another easy way to do this would be to turn it upside down, but I'm not going to confuse everybody. And we just put a few there. One here, maybe a smaller one. There you go. And there you have it. So you can just work your way around doing as many designs as you like. And don't forget, the love heart is also another symbol that reflects Sankofa. You can probably do that there. There you go. Brilliant. And there you have it. Let's quickly do another one, just using our card that we use the felt tips on. We're going to do the same thing. So we'll do Sankofa in the center, half a semicircle there, 3/4 of a way. I'm going to give a different tail this time. Okay, I'm doing the tail first. There you go. We add our legs. Let's do our egg here. We join. We got the mouth. We join again. Let's give a little eye there. And what I'm going to do actually is just give the egg a little bit of a design here. We do a bit more and a bit more. There you go. And the message on this one is deep love and kindness in the spirit of Ubuntu. And there we have the start of what will be our very own Sankofa and Ubuntu inspirational cards.